NBA YoungBoy's guilty plea. This involves his connection to a prescription drug fraud ring. NBA YoungBoy, also known as Kentrell Deshaun Galden, pleaded guilty in court. This plea was made on November 18, 2024 in Utah.
In a surprising twist, NBA YoungBoy, one of the most polarizing and influential artists in modern hip-hop, has received a sentence that could potentially bring his celebrated career to a close. Renowned for his unfiltered lyrics and unapologetic approach to life, YoungBoy has long balanced success with controversy. However, this latest legal setback seems to have shifted the balance, leaving fans heartbroken and critics contemplating his tumultuous journey. As the courtroom's final verdict resonated, one question lingers: is this the end for the young rap icon who once ruled?
He faced serious charges including identity fraud and forgery. As part of his plea deal, he incurred a fine of $25,000. He is already serving 27 months for separate federal charges.
YoungBoy never broke again. One of hip-hop's most prominent yet controversial artists has reportedly pleaded guilty to 10 charges related to his involvement in a prescription fraud ring operating in Utah. The case, which has been under investigation for months, uncovered a sophisticated scheme involving forged prescriptions, illegal distribution of controlled substances, and alleged ties to a broader network of illicit activities. Prosecutors revealed that the rapper and this guilty plea represents a major development in YoungBoy's ongoing legal troubles. Despite his undeniable talent and a devoted fan base that propelled him to the top of the charts, his career has been repeatedly overshadowed by legal and personal controversies. With this plea, YoungBoy faces the possibility of a lengthy prison sentence that could profoundly impact his life and career. On Monday, November 18th, NBA YoungBoy, born Kentrell Galden, appeared in a Cache County, Utah courtroom to address the fallout from this major prescription fraud case. The Louisiana-born rapper, known for his meteoric rise in the hip-hop industry, admitted guilt. Additionally, YoungBoy entered a no-contest plea to 36 other charges, neither admitting nor disputing the allegations while accepting the court's judgment. This case has garnered widespread media attention, shedding light on the darker aspects of fame and the pressures of stardom. Prosecutors alleged that YoungBoy and his associates orchestrated a complex operation to forge documents and manipulate pharmacy systems to access controlled substances. The courtroom appearance marks a pivotal moment in the rapper's career, with potential prison time jeopardizing his future in music. Fans are now grappling with the harsh reality of their favorite artist's actions as his legal troubles. This development offers a glimmer of hope for the rapper's future, but underscores the high stakes of his tumultuous journey. NBA YoungBoy, one of hip-hop's most prolific and controversial figures, is facing a series of legal battles that could drastically reshape his future. Recently, he pleaded guilty to 10 charges tied to a prescription fraud ring in Utah, involving forged prescriptions, illegal drug distribution, and alleged connections to a broader network of illicit activities. While his legal team secured a deal reducing born Kentrell Galden, YoungBoy's rise to fame has been as turbulent as his life off the mic. Despite becoming one of the most streamed artists in the world, his career has been overshadowed by repeated legal troubles, including a 2020 federal weapons charge and a 60 felony count prescription fraud case. These mounting cases paint a grim picture of a young artist whose immense talent and popularity are constantly at odds with his legal woes. YoungBoy's legal troubles span multiple jurisdictions, adding complexity to his defense. His most recent plea agreement saw the transfer of a federal weapons charge from Louisiana to Utah, consolidating his legal challenges. This charge stems from a 2020 music video shoot in Baton Rouge, where authorities seized firearms and accused him of illegal possession as a convicted felon. If convicted, he faces up to 10 years in prison, living under house arrest in Utah since 2021. YoungBoy's relocation was seen as an attempt to escape negative influences and focus on rehabilitation. However, his continued entanglement in criminal activities has called into question the effectiveness of this strategy. Most recently, he was taken into custody at Weber County Jail, adding another layer of difficulty to his defense. YoungBoy's music, known for its raw and unfiltered storytelling, often reflects the struggles and realities of street life. Now, those struggles have become an inseparable part of his narrative, threatening the career he has built. Fans and critics alike are left wondering if this marks a turning point for the rapper, or if his legal challenges will continue to overshadow his artistry. As he faces serious federal charges and the possibility of a lengthy prison sentence, the stakes for NBA YoungBoy have never been higher. For his loyal fan base, there is hope that this wake-up call could inspire a shift toward a more stable and focused future. Whether he can overcome these challenges and rebuild his life remains to be seen. Earlier this year, NBA YoungBoy found himself in a courtroom moment that left an indelible impression on those in attendance. As the judge prepared to deliver a pivotal decision about his future, an unexpected smile crossed the face of rder Crim, a rare expression from the typically reserved artist. YoungBoy's journey from the streets of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, to becoming a leading figure in the music industry is a testament to his resilience. His deeply personal lyrics, drawn from a life of hardship, resonated with millions and catapulted him to fame at a young age. However, his rise was shadowed by a series of legal troubles that continually threatened to derail his career. His path to this courtroom was fraught with challenges, marked by numerous legal entanglements ranging from minor infractions to serious felony charges. The stakes were high. Conviction carried the potential for significant prison time, casting a dark cloud over his future in the music world. As the proceedings began, the courtroom adhered to its usual formalities. The case of State of Utah vs. rder was called in the First Judicial District Court of Cache County, Utah. Representing the state was prosecutor Aaron J.Y., steadfast in his mission to seek justice. Opposing him were Zach and Drew Findling, a powerhouse defense team renowned for their legal expertise and dedication to preserving their clients' freedom. The stage was set for a critical chapter in NBA YoungBoy's tumultuous story, a moment that could define not only his legal fate, but also the trajectory of his life and career.
Court for the First Judicial District of the State of Utah and for the County of Cache is now in session. The Honorable Judge Spencer D. Walt is presiding. You may be seated.
All right, good morning. Let's call the case of State of Utah versus Cantrell Deshaun Galden, case 241100468. Counsel, please state your names for the record.
Aaron Jossie for the state. Drew Finlay and Zach Finlay on behalf of Mr. Galden.
All right, we're here today for a preliminary hearing and a bail hearing.
NBA YoungBoy entered the courtroom escorted by officers, his calm and composed demeanor reflecting his readiness to face trial for charges related to prescription drug fraud. As he walked in, he exchanged a quick, confident smile with his attorney, a sign of the trust he had placed in his legal team. Seated beside his lawyers, he observed them immediately diving into discussions about the day's strategy, signaling their preparedness for the challenges ahead. Although the preliminary hearing was set to commence, significant progress had already occurred behind closed doors. Drew Findling, one of YoungBoy's seasoned attorneys, made a pivotal announcement. They would waive the preliminary hearing in exchange for a bail agreement. The proposed bail was set at $100,000 to be secured. through a bonding company. This strategic decision aimed to facilitate the rapper's release, allowing him to fight the charges from the outside rather than behind bars. It was a calculated move to ensure he could maintain his freedom while navigating the complexities of the legal battle ahead.
Your Honor, counsel for the state and myself have been in negotiation really since yesterday, but throughout this morning. And I've explained those negotiations to Mr. Golden. We are going to waive a preliminary hearing in this matter. In exchange for that, a bond will be set at $100,000. Mr. Golden will be able to use a commercial company.
This decision allowed NBA YoungBoy to await trial outside of jail, a significant relief for the rapper. While such a move might seem risky to most attorneys, Drew Findling was no ordinary lawyer. With extensive experience in high-stakes cases, Findling had meticulously crafted a strategy to keep his client out of custody, at least for the time being. Confident in his plan, he negotiated a deal that secured YoungBoy's temporary freedom. Judge Spencer W. carefully reviewed the terms with both sides to ensure a mutual understanding. State Prosecutor Mr. Keller acknowledged the inevitability of the deal, given the circumstances, and agreed to the terms. Turning his attention to YoungBoy, the judge made sure the rapper fully understood the implications of waiving his preliminary hearing. Without hesitation, YoungBoy responded with a firm yes, placing his trust in his attorney's judgment. In that moment, he made a bold decision to proceed with the agreement, setting the stage for the next chapter in his complex legal battle. It was a calculated risk, but one that could prove pivotal in his ongoing fight for freedom.
Mr. Golden, have you had enough time to speak to your attorneys about this decision to waive your right to your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
All right, you understand that the standard at a preliminary hearing is a much lower burden of proof that the government would have to meet than at trial.
The judge accepted NBA YoungBoy's waiver, setting his bail at $100,000 and scheduling a follow-up hearing approximately 60 days later. This arrangement also allowed the defense team to attend remotely if necessary, providing flexibility in the ongoing proceedings. Throughout the hearing, NBA YoungBoy remained composed, answering questions thoughtfully under the guidance of his skilled legal team. As the reality of his bail sank in, a sense of relief began to show on his face. The opportunity to await trial outside of jail, secured through the strategic efforts of his attorneys, offered a rare moment of respite. For a brief moment, the heavy burden of his legal troubles seemed to lighten, giving him a much-needed glimmer of hope as he prepared for the next phase of his fight.
With that, we'll conclude this hearing. Court is adjourned.
For NBA YoungBoy, the stakes are monumental. Authorities, in collaboration with the FBI, have accused him of orchestrating a complex scheme to acquire promethazine with codeine, a potent and highly addictive controlled substance. Allegedly, the operation involved using stolen physician identities and forged prescriptions to procure the drug from pharmacies across Utah. 2 women associated with YoungBoy were apprehended while collecting one of these prescriptions, directly tying him to the fraudulent activities. Adding to the complexity, YoungBoy reportedly contacted authorities using a disguised voice, further entangling his case in layers of intrigue. The charges he faces are severe, carrying potentially life-altering consequences. As a convicted felon, possessing a dangerous weapon could result in up to 10 years in federal prison. In Utah, charges of unlawful activity implying ongoing criminal behavior are classified as second-degree felonies, each punishable by 1 to 15 years in prison and fines up to $10,000. Among the 20 identity fraud charges he faces, each could carry up to 5 years in prison and a $5,000 fine. Combined with charges of drug procurement and forgery, both third-degree felonies alongside marijuana possession, the potential penalties are staggering. If convicted on all counts, YoungBoy could face decades of imprisonment. Being identified as the operation's leader could invite even harsher penalties, and his prior convictions, along with an ongoing federal gun case, could further influence the severity of his sentencing. The possibility of serving sentences consecutively or concurrently will greatly impact the outcome. Consecutive sentencing could result in decades of imprisonment, while concurrent sentences might reduce overall time served. Amid these challenges, YoungBoy's defense attorney, Drew Findling, stands determined to secure the best possible outcome. Often called the billion-dollar lawyer, Findling is renowned for his expertise in high-profile cases, particularly for celebrities in the rap and sports industries. With a career rooted in early successes at Emory Law School, Findling has become one of the most respected criminal defense attorneys. What sets Findling apart is his holistic approach to defense. Beyond navigating legal complexities, he acknowledges the immense public scrutiny and personal challenges his clients face. For Findling, defending a client is about more than winning, it's about safeguarding their reputation, dignity, and future. Known for finding reasonable doubt in the most daunting cases, he has built a reputation as a formidable advocate in high-stakes legal battles and is fully prepared to fight for NBA YoungBoy's freedom.
I've been in this criminal defense space for more than 3 decades. As my practice built up, I would occasionally represent somebody famous. I was fortunate enough to represent Dennis Rodman, Faith Evans, Shaquille O'Neal, and then eventually I represented a guy named rder Davis. To me, he's rder Davis. To the rest of the world, he's Gucci.
Despite NBA YoungBoy's ongoing legal struggles, he has managed to navigate through a series of high-stakes challenges that have significantly shaped both his life and career. In August 2017, he faced District Judge Bonnie Jackson, who initially sentenced him to 10 years in prison. However, the judge ultimately suspended the sentence in favor of a more manageable 3 years of probation, with strict conditions that could have led to a return to prison if violated. During this time, YoungBoy expressed remorse for his past and a deep desire to change, motivated by his family and his future. This probationary period had a profound impact on YoungBoy, both personally and artistically. His experiences in juvenile detention and his ongoing legal battles became central themes in his music. Songs like Untouchable and No Smoke resonated with listeners, capturing the pain and struggles of his life while offering an emotional outlet. As his fame grew, so did the public scrutiny of his personal life. However, he remained focused on his music, using his determination to rise above his circumstances as a key theme in his work. His debut studio album, Until Death Call My Name 2018, marked a pivotal moment in his career, propelling him into stardom. However, his success was overshadowed by more legal troubles. In 2018, YoungBoy was arrested in Tallahassee, Florida, on charges related to kidnapping and assault, stemming from a disturbing incident caught on hotel surveillance footage involving his then-girlfriend, Jania Jackson. This incident sparked a media frenzy and further complicated his already fragile legal situation. His probation violation led to a 14-month house arrest sentence, adding yet another chapter of confinement to his story. During his house arrest, YoungBoy faced significant restrictions, such as being barred from public performances and visits to recording studios. Despite this, the judge allowed him to record music at home, attend church, visit the doctor, and take care of personal matters. He transformed his home into a makeshift studio and continued creating music, channeling his isolation and struggles into his art. This period of confinement gave rise to some of his most personal and introspective tracks, further solidifying his place in the rap world. Projects like AI YoungBoy 2 and 38 Baby 2 were released during this time, showcasing his raw authenticity. Even with the constraints of house arrest, YoungBoy's creativity did not falter. He utilized social media and digital platforms to stay connected with his audience, maintaining momentum despite his physical limitations. The violation of his probation and subsequent house arrest marked critical moments in his life, forcing him to confront the consequences of his actions. This period of reflection led to personal growth and a deeper understanding of his influence and responsibilities. His ability to thrive in his music career amidst these hardships highlighted his resilience and his unwavering determination to turn struggle into success. NBA YoungBoy's story is one of resilience, creativity, and an unyielding will to overcome life's obstacles, ultimately showcasing his ability to rise above adversity.